Alright, you guys, so we're back here in the hyperbolic time chamber, about to do a leg workout, full lower body. Couple things, my training has changed. I'm no longer doing anything below 8 reps. Typically associate strength with like the 3 to 6 rep range. I am not doing that. No RPEs of, like 7, 8, 9, well, maybe 7, but like 8, 9, 10, none of that. I am gonna be doing pure hypertrophy work, meaning I'm gonna stay above the 10 rep range for all my movements. For my rhomboid a couple months ago, and it's still not healed. I'm good to work out. Yes, I have stiffness, it flares up from time to time, but it is not to the point where I can't even work out. So I could work out and I want to work out. I am beyond the time off stage, and I believe it's time to come back. That's why I've been working out, but I'm not at a point where I should start chasing strength yet. Every time I go like anything below like 8 reps, it just starts flaring up. And there's a couple movements that really flare up. One being the OHP, and another one being front squats. Because with front squats, you have to wait here, and you use a lot of the upper back to really stabilize it and keep yourself erect. So that makes it flare up as well. And back squat also makes it flare up. So there's a lot of movements that still flare up, and I'm not too concerned with the re-injury as much as I am with just the healing properly. My plan is to not chase strength and not go below 6, 8 reps, maybe even 10 reps. Some people might ask, well, if you just do high reps, couldn't that get you injured too? Like when your muscles so fatigued, and then it just, you could probably tear something that way as well. Yes, you can always get injured when you're pushing yourself, like I said. However, I believe that the mechanisms to injury are more prevalent when doing heavy weights as opposed to doing high reps. So because of that, I decided to switch my training and doing pure hypertrophy. Yesterday was my first day of doing that for full upper body, and it felt really good actually. I woke up with minimal rhomboid stiffness, and throughout the day it's been also very minimum as opposed to other days. I know for a fact that if I had gone heavy yesterday, my rhomboid I would have woke up with my rhomboid extremely stiff. I would have had to do a lot of tissue work before even coming in the gym, and in general, it would have been bad. Like I said, I really believe of working through injuries, progressively putting load on injured tissue and getting it stronger, as opposed to just completely negating it. So because of that, today, leg day is gonna be pure hypertrophy. And it's gonna be a leg day where it's only gonna be it's gonna be all free weights. We're in the home gym. Home gym does not have any machines, doesn't have any leg curls, none of that. It's just pure free weights. And you could get a great leg workout with just pure free weights. And I'm gonna walk you guys through my leg workout here with just free weights, so you guys get an idea of what I've been doing and maybe incorporate some things into your routine. Because as we all know, COVID still has the gym shut down, so we have to work with what we got, and I'm thankful that I have this home gym and I've been making it work. So with that being said, let's get on with this workout. I'm starting off by switching into proper squat shoes, weightlifting shoes actually. These provide such a better foundation than your regular shoes, even better than the Metcons. So I highly encourage you guys to buy some, invest in some if you can. Then I grab a plate and I just do some squats, and I really try to get the hips to open up, try to get the leg muscles to start firing properly, and just get everything nice and warm so that you're ready to go under the barbell. Right here I do RDLs to really start engaging the posterior chain and really start firing up the glutes, which I have trouble with firing. And then I finally moved on to the front squat. Here you can see me starting off with warm-up weight. I believe is 85 pounds or 95 pounds actually, yeah. Make sure you keep the back straight, no rounding. Make sure you keep the elbows shooting up high. Really take a deep breath in to make that shelf on your upper chest so the barbell can rest on it. And initiate with your knees. This is my first working set, 155 pounds for 10 reps. As you guys can see, I'm really keeping the back straight. Making sure to initiate with my knees, not my hip. It is not a back squat, it is a front squat. You initiate with your knees. And really on the way up, engaging the glutes to help me complete the movement. A front squat, I would definitely not say it's a beginner movement. I would definitely encourage you guys to practice with back squats first. And then once you have that down, start experimenting with front squats. Because you could get messed up, man, if you don't know how to do these correctly. But once you have it down, they're so much fun. I prefer them over back squats any day. Right here, you can see my back stays nice and straight, no rounding. My elbows, relatively high so that the barbell doesn't come down on me. And I initiate with the knees so that when on the way up, I engage my quads and my glutes as well. Like I said, before you start going heavy on front squats, really make sure to have the form down. Really, for any compound, you should work on form first, but especially for front squats, because if you don't, your lower back is going to take a lot of taxing. After this, I switch to some RDLs. Getting here the barbell ready for them. And this is my priming set. Before I do my working weight, I just do one light set to really, prime the muscles I'm trying to work on and start developing that mind to muscle connection. This is technically a compound movement, so you don't want to be cold, you don't want to be stiff going into this. So I do one set with a relatively light weight before putting on more weight on the barbell. You can see I'm really driving at the top. A lot of people make the mistake to initiate by just bending your back, but the RDL is actually a hip movement where you have to shoot your hips back while at the same time lowering the barbell, obviously by bending your back. But you do not initiate by just straight up bending down. You initiate by driving your hips back. Right here you can see what I mean. See how my hips shoot back at the beginning of the movement? And at the top, make sure to squeeze your glutes. You don't have to squeeze your glutes at the top, but if you want to get the full workout, and really also work your glutes and not just your hamstrings, then really focus on squeezing your glutes at the top of the movement. So the key takeaway is to initiate by throwing your hips back like that, and then at the top, really squeeze your glutes. It's a posterior chain workout. So this one right here is a hip thrust, which is also a posterior chain workout, and it really fires up your glutes, man. If you have trouble firing your glutes in any type of movement or any activity, start doing hip thrusts, and that's really gonna get the motion in place. I used to not even do these back in the day, but I recently started doing about like half a year ago, and they've made such a difference in my posterior chain mind to muscle connection and my strength as well. My glutes, I could actually feel my glutes now, and I could actually feel them more running as well. And then after this, I switched to some lunges. Keep in mind that all the movements prior to this one are technically compounds: front squat, RDLs, hip thrusts. So since I don't have any machines and I want to isolate the quads a little bit more, I do lunges to really get the quads to start working. I do 4 sets of 30 steps total, meaning 15 steps each leg. And this really gets the quads fired up. Right here you can see how and I also do them weighted with 25-pound dumbbells. You don't have to go super heavy on these. Really focus on getting nice and low and contraction at the top. And then after this, I switch to some more single leg stuff. Single leg RDLs this time. Compared to the barbell RDLs, the single leg RDLs with a kettlebell really tests your stability, so you have to engage your core a lot, and it really puts more emphasis on the hamstring itself. So if you have trouble feeling your hamstrings, start doing these, and you're gonna start feeling the hamstrings work a lot more. Bend your knee just a little bit, and then throw your hip back, lower the weight, and really engage the hamstring on the way up. Contract it. I love this movement. I recently started doing it, and it just feels so good on my hamstrings. I don't even miss the lying hamstring curls anymore, thanks to this movement. And like I said, it really works your core and stability. So if you're an athlete, this is definitely gonna help you if you're like a rugby player, football player, any type of like running and a quick pace changing sport. This is really gonna help you. And then I just finished off by doing some calf raises. Obviously, I don't have a machine at home, so I just lower the barbell, put on my back as if I were to do a back squat, and then just do some calf raises like that. I do 7 sets of 20 reps. I know that sounds like a lot, but trust me, calves need this amount of volume. And then this is just me showing some like progression. Yeah, you don't have to look at this. But anyways, this is my leg workout, guys. At home with no machines, and it's solid. I love it, and it doesn't even make me miss the gym. So thank you for watching. Subscribe, like,